Like I just told him that he whimpers and calls me mommy every time he ejaculates. My husband, Brian, is a man and a half, literally. He's 6'6", he's fit, he's muscular. He's been an awarded athlete all of his life and continues to grow his booty off to be the most amazing dad, husband, self, and he's successful at all those things. Everything he's accomplished has been due to his incredible discipline and hard work. Most importantly, he's a piece of ass. Damn! But don't gag, because I'm still in love with him after all these years. We went through a lot together. And he almost died one year because I almost killed him. The short version is we had a newborn at the time, and I was chained to the couch breastfeeding, and I was also very sleep deprived, bouncing a baby that wouldn't stop crying. I wasn't showered, I hadn't eaten, I was recovering from a C-section, and one day he came home happy and refreshed and full from a client dinner. I was fine until I heard that they started with the seafood tower, and then I just saw red. Anyway, this man and a half has low sperm count, and that makes people uncomfortable to hear. Like I just told him that he whimpers and calls me mommy every time he ejaculates. Now that would be uncomfortable to hear, and he does not do that, by the way. He isn't embarrassed about his low sperm count, so you shouldn't be either. What does it mean to have low sperm count, and how do people even know? Well, as a fertility expert, here is a telltale sign that someone has low sperm count. Have the person in question ejaculate into your hand, and take that hand very carefully into a lab. Place your hand under a very powerful microscope and start counting. Seems a little bit hard to tell, right? So why can't we talk about this more often? It's much more common than you know. 40% of all fertility issues involve the male partner. I hear about it all the time when consulting women through their fertility journey, and they warn me that they have people who will take me out if I ever tell anyone about their husband's sperm count. This low sperm count is what led us to IVF. In order to have a baby naturally, they like to see a sperm count around 40 million or more. For IUI, you need about 10 million. Brian has 4 million. That's all right, kids. It doesn't take just one like they preach in high school nutrition class. Causes of low sperm count can be medical, environmental, genetic, due to lifestyle, or unknown. Brian's was unknown. When he found out, he wasn't embarrassed, but he was really bummed. He could have been a lot less careful in college. Next was figuring out what we were going to say when people asked us why we were doing IVF. It came up, and it will come up for you too. I created a post, absurd and embarrassing answers to absurd and embarrassing questions for you, so you're prepared when it starts happening. I asked my husband, so what do you want me to say when people have, a question on why we're doing IVF? And he said, can you please say, I have low sperm count? That was our approach. We talk openly about it and take away any stigma that low sperm count was something to hide and be really embarrassed about. And it worked. I am not suggesting that you should be as open as we were, but I do suggest that you try to find the humor in the horrible. For example, Brian used to send me pictures of the porn magazines in the room when he was going for a sperm count and ask me which 80s porno he should pick. Or make a game out of it. You and your partner can play Who Said It Worse and compare the reactions of everyone you tell. This way you're anticipating the worst, and when it doesn't sting, it's disappointing. Win-win. Another idea is for the male to come up with funny responses to admitting that there's a sperm issue to show how secure and okay he is with himself. Ideas for these answers could include, I have low sperm count. I used to smoke the toke, now my worm has no sperm. I have low sperm count. My wife has had this leash around my balls way too tight all these years. I have low sperm count. We found out that my balls are abnormally large and filled with manhood, so there's no room for sperm to grow. Let's remove the shame about an issue that does not change how amazing, special, strong, loving, and supportive the man with low sperm count is. For more advice on coping mechanisms, go to tashablasi.com and sign up to be an FU Insider. My FU Insiders give the most access to my fertility advice and adventures.